Hello and welcome to the Develop Podcast. I'm your host Ben Gilbert, and in this podcast I speak with practitioners from across the world, bringing you insight into the international development sector. In this episode, Liz Hall from Family Ministries and Hayley Still from the International Development Team tell us about Challenge 750, a campaign supporting the Salvation Army's Helping Hand appeal, which this year highlights the threat of food insecurity for millions of families across the world. Liz, Hayley, thanks so much for your time. So a quick podcast here today on Challenge 750. Liz, can I start with you? What is Challenge 750? Give us a quick overview of what it is.
Okay, quick overview. Well, Challenge 750 is another way for people to engage with the Helping Hand appeal. Generally, we would be looking to our midweek Salvation Army groups to raise a huge amount of money. Obviously, last year it was very difficult for those groups to meet, in fact, impossible. And so the money that we raised was really not enough to support the projects that we'd promised to be able to support. Those projects are always going to need our money. So this year we're supporting family-run farms across the globe, and our stories are focusing on family-run farms in Zimbabwe. But we wanted to also raise the money that we've promised to raise. So we're giving this opportunity of Challenge 750 to for other people outside of Salvation Army also to find creative ways to raise a bit of money to support an overseas project.
And so the 750, Hayley, what's important about 750? Why is that number significant?
Well, the number comes from a statistic that in 2019, 750 million people around the world were exposed to severe levels of food insecurity. So 750 million people is 1 in 10 people in the planet. So that's actually a huge number of people.
And it's tragic, isn't it, that trend is actually increasing. I was reading some statistics yesterday that by 2030, so the target for the Sustainable Development Goals, that number will be 840 million or even higher. So it's all the more important that we get involved with supporting programs around food security and trying to alleviate that. What are the types of things that people can do to actually get involved in this campaign then?
Well, the good thing about Challenge 750 is that you can do whatever you like that you are interested in. So, we all have different interests and skills, and Challenge 750 gives you the opportunity to use your interests and your passions to raise some money. So as long as it links to the number 750, then you can do what you like. So, for example, you could go 750 hours without a treat. So tea, coffee, chocolate, TV. That's just over a month. So you could, do 750 hours without something, or 750-minute dance-a-thon or game-a-thon or bake-a-thon, whatever it is. Whatever you can do that links to the number 750 and you can get sponsored for it, we want to encourage people to do it.
And Liz, these are for groups across the Salvation Army. What are the types of groups that might be interested in getting involved in Challenge 750?
Well, it's available for everybody. So we've already kind of targeted our traditional groups that we would. So things like our home leagues, women's ministry, parent and toddler groups, messy church groups, men's and women's ministry groups. And also this year we've got resources that are going to enable young adults and young people engage with learning, raising awareness of the projects, not just raising money. And also we've got a great collaboration with our the only weekly Christian comic in the UK, Kids Alive. And they are pushing stories for us. We've got comic strips to enable people of all ages to engage, but obviously that really does suit children. And we've got some little videos made from those comics as well. So those groups are already aware of the campaign, but this challenge is really aimed at people who maybe wouldn't normally raise money for the Helping Hand appeal. So our wonderful donors who are always looking to give some money to the Salvation Army, in this instance, it's money that's going overseas. So we may be actually speaking to a whole different group of people that are looking to help support the Salvation Army overseas rather than in the United Kingdom. So our traditional group, Salvation Army Core, which maybe not always engage with the appeal, but maybe through Challenge 750, just think, oh, this is a really cool idea, and we'll give it a day, we'll give it a week and a half, 7.5 days, anything that's to do with 750, 7.5, 75, whatever. So really it's for everybody to just engage whenever they can.
Hayley, what have you decided to do then for 750? What's your challenge going to be?
So I have decided to do a challenge over 10 days where each day I will do 75 activities or actions, I suppose. For example, the first day I'm going to climb my staircase 75 times. The next day I'm going to do 75 squats. I'm going to run 75 minutes, 10 days of 75 things, which over obviously the 10 days will add up to 750. And we'll see how I go on. I've challenged myself to do 75 push-ups on one of the days, and I'm pretty sure that'll take me about a year. So I'm a bit worried about that one.
You will be 750 times fitter by the end of the challenge. I think that's fair to say.
That's going to be an added bonus for sure.
And so finally then, where can people find out more information about Challenge 750?
Well, the best place to start would be our Feeding Hope website, which is www.salvationarmy.org.uk/Feeding Hope. And on there's loads of information about the Helping Hand Appeal, and also more specifically around Challenge 750. Another good place to look would be International Development's social media channels and Family Ministry's social media channels. And so we're at Salvation Army ID across Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. And on Instagram, we're at the Salvation Army ID. And all those details will be on the podcast content as well. So if anybody's looking for connecting with us online, go to our podcast link. Thanks very much, Liz and Hayley. That's fantastic. Thank you for the Challenge 750 update. Thanks, Ben.
Pleasure. Thank you.
As always, you can find out more information on our website. Follow the links in the information we've posted on this episode. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Follow and subscribe for news of upcoming episodes. Thanks for listening.